What's up, y'all? In addition to being cold as heck out here, but no snow luckily here in Jackson, but we have a Dutch piece of furniture that has this big old lock on it. Now, I've mentioned this a few times in videos where we make barrel keys. The problem with a lot of overseas stuff in the US, like Dutch pieces in particular, they use a really big post diameter. And as far as sourcing key blanks in the US, most of the hole diameters are a lot smaller than what's used on some of these bigger pieces. So there is a little bit of a problem in making keys for them. On a few websites, they go by like gauge or metric, so millimeters. I measured this guy, and the post diameter is about 4.65, a little bit over 4.65, and most stuff is like under 3 here. So even if we were able to find a blank that we were able to drill the hole out bigger, it's going to leave it super weak. Plus the flag on American stuff is not nearly as wide as this is. And also on this particular one, it's got a super big flare out. So the key, instead of just being flat like almost everything American is, and even UK, it flares out. Now that makes it super hard to actually cut the key. I do have this, the post diameter here is a little bit over 6.0. And if we have a 4.65 post, maybe I can cut the tip off, drill this out, because this flag is the biggest one I have, and it's big enough for this. So maybe I can create out of this. My only other option is ordering 2 or 3 different keys to see if they can work, but I don't think they have the flared out bases, which this doesn't either. But we can get away with not worrying about that. What's really important is chopping that tip off and then centering a drill bit and drilling it out. So let's give it a try. All right, so it's never a good idea to clamp the key by the head, because it's pretty much, most of them are brazed right there. So in addition to doing this and getting my safety goggle, I'm gonna hold it with this guy, if we can get this to maybe clamp down a little bit without damaging anything. Thank you, I believe David sent me this. Really, I'm just gonna hold it a little bit steadier, and then we're just gonna chop off this. So let's point this way. Okay, let's leave that clamped up for a second. See, bet this little guy's hotter than heck. That's not bad, actually. I'm going to leave that clamped up and grab a file. See if we can't just take off that little part right there that oh, it's looking kind of good. Okay, so let's see what we can do. 4.65 turned into fractional drill bits would be what? All right, so that turns out to be about 3/16, and I've got a brand new. Well, I think I've only used this one once. Let's give this a go. Freehand to boot. Where do we want to start it? Let's go get a puncher thing, just for y'all. Oh, I know what we can do. Here, I got one right here. Maybe. So, pointed. Nope. No, I got a pointed one somewhere here. Here we go. Okay, so let's put this right about there. I don't have a hammer, do I? Okay, safety googles. Let's see what we can do here. See. Maybe. All right. Maybe. A little bit off center, but we'll check it. All right. Maybe. Look at that. We have a bit slash barrel key, y'all. All right. So looks like it needs to flare out on the base there a little bit. I don't know how we're going to accomplish that because we don't have a whole lot of room to do this. But even so, that bolt's pretty thick. That is definitely bigger than the whole key blank, so I can't really wallow that out. Let's recess it. Okay, how we're gonna do that? We're gonna cut it back right here. Basically, we're gonna do this. Basically, we're gonna do this. Goggles. Nope, let's put that back. I don't know why I did that. So we need to bring this down. Okay, and smooth this off. Let's give this a little chamfer. Yep. Okay, let's see what that does. It looks kind of weird, but it is Dutch, right? Sorry, ma'am, your key looks weird just because it's Dutch. Still not letting it sit all the way down. Why is that? Didn't even get close. What the heck? Further down. It's a good little lip on it right there. Maybe drill deeper. Yeah, let's go a little bit deeper, see what happens. I think we're not quite deep enough on the depth. There we go. Whew, that's hot. So much for that brace. Ooh. Ooh, let's see. What needs to happen here? Did get a little bit closer. Notch it out right in this area. It's rough, but oh, hello there. Okay, so now we simply, this may very well work, y'all. Now we need to take off just a little bit there so we can mark this. How are we going to mark this? Where's a pen? Okay, I'm trying to do this not on my cutter because this is a pretty hefty key to do this to. So basically now I'm just going to whack it off right there. Same way. Maybe. A little bit more. Oh no, I don't need you on. Okay, we can, to make this look a little bit more normal, we can actually notch in this side if we wanted to, but I think we're there, yeah. Get off. Let's see, get off the lock. Oh. Ooh, crunchy, crunchy. Just needs a little bit more filing. It looks like we have a ward right there that we have to cut. You can see it hitting right there. And right there. But it's pretty much good. Let's go ahead and put this notch in right here. And we're going to use the file out of my Grobet kit and just match it up a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's just long enough right there. And those wards are actually hitting really close. Let me smoke this so you can see. And instead of lighting a candle, I'm just gonna smoke it. With the lighter. Okay, just to see where it's hitting in that lock. Oh, where'd the lock go? Come back. Okay, so doop, boop, 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 boop. And then boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna okay, so we see the mark right there, indicating a ward. And on the other side, so basically we need to notch that. We can do that with a slitter right here. We're just gonna clamp it in like this. Yep, and hold it while we cut it. File that off. We do have some kind of levers in the head or in this lock, so we still have to probably cut, I guess, one lever. That out, we got to get it turning first. Okay, so did I go deep enough? I didn't go deep enough. It is still a little bit high. Really see it. I don't know if you can or not. So yeah, it needs to go a little bit deeper. Scrape, scrape. Now one more time. Let's check that. Ward's on the top too. Just notice that. Son of a bitch. Okay. Right. You gotta do that on the other side too. Shit. And because you can't really clamp the key and cut it on the machine, we get to do it the hard way. Alright. Fascinating lock. Oh, it went through. Ooh, it's not long enough to throw it back, is it? Well, it kind of works. Maybe it's not throwing rope. it's really rough, so maybe the springs aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, loop, dripping, dripping. Okay, lubricated. Oh, look at that. It's going in all the way. Oh, Jason did a thing. Oh, it just needs to be worked now. Probably hadn't worked in a long time. So, as long as it throws all the way back and doesn't get stuck halfway, that's kind of the biggest thing. And it seems to be working better and better. Comes all the way out, goes all the way in. If you spin it fast enough. Yeah, I think we're good on that. Kind of funny looking, but it is what it is. It works. It has a lot of rust and a lot of corrosion in there for sure. Yeah, it's just a little bit nasty, and that case is a little bit raised up too. Hopefully we can knock down this part with no harm, no foul type situation. So let's just do that to get it a little bit easier to work in there. There you go, y'all. Making a barrel key out of a bit key. Can be done. In the meantime, if you're a manufacturer of key blanks that have larger diameters than the American market does, at me. I mean, it could be a little bit longer and probably work a little bit better, but honestly, we don't have a choice in that matter. I didn't change the length at all. That's the closest this customer is going to get, so I think they're going to have to just be happy with this. Still, for some reason, rubbing a little bit right here. There we go. All right. That's it, making a bit key into a barrel key. Chop off the tip, drill it out. This is a smaller diameter, and you're good to go. If you have to. I mean, didn't have much of a choice to do the tip like that, so kind of is what it is type of situation. And yeah, they're not equal here and here, but they don't need to be, so I'd rather leave as much center portion there as possible. So if it works, that's all that's important.